好，又打败了啊！天啊！我原先以为这一场不行了，你看我剩几条命，我只剩1条命呢。我只剩1条命呢。你知道多亏什么吗？好赞哦！不是这个，也不是这个 hold the sprite rapidly， 这个也有功劳，并对这个东西多亏这玩意儿了。不过我确实是刷的比较慢，不刷慢不行啊，好累。超赞！终于用剑过，我剑用到一半就觉得剑很难用，都没有 build， 都没有拿到我想要的东西。
Beyond the frozen overlook and all that. Mother isn't far.
Is that you, Zagreus?
It's me.
Son, I have to ask you, how much do you know about your relatives upon Olympus?
I think I know quite a bit by now. I've been in steady contact with Athena, Zeus, and other members of the family ever since I first left Father's house. They've been assisting me in getting here.
No. Zagreus, what have you done? You've let them here?
No, they think I'm trying to escape from Father so that I can join them on their mountaintop. At least I think that's what they think. Most of them, anyway.
But then, does Hades know of this? That Olympus is involved?
He does. Both he and Nyx. In fact, it's Nyx who put me and Olympus into contact. I could never have broken free of the underworld if not for their help.
So Nyx and Hades are against each other then? And Olympus is helping you? But they don't know I'm here as far as you're aware.
That's right, more or less. Nyx and Father seem to put up with each other. Don't seem to have much of a choice. Though ever since I learned of you, Nyx has been helping me to find you, while Father's tried to stop me.
That fool. What was he thinking? What is he thinking? Do you suppose he thinks that he's protecting me from them? Oh no.
I think maybe he does think so indeed. Because now having met my relatives upon Olympus, I can definitely see that they can be a bit vindictive about things.
Vindictiveness runs in the family, my son. Then if Olympus is involved, that would explain a lot. I'm here, not there with them, as you can see. But, oh, it seems we'll have to speak some more when next you return.
When I return.
哎呀，每次都这样子挂点，让我好难过啊！我好难过啊！
Well, this is going to be awkward.
Darn natural causes got you once again there, didn't they? Well, you show them next time. Would you do that for me, huh?
Sure.
Kitty 在，我也没有东西可以给，就算先买一个，应该也不能给。1、2、3、4。
You took Lord Hades down. You really did. I've never seen him quite like this before. I could scarce believe it when he came up through the pool of Styx himself.
Seemed only fair in the grand scheme of things. He slew his own parents at some point, right? I think the Fates enjoy this sort of thing.
Come on, Zag. Take some credit where it's due. Though, you'll forgive me if I keep my distance for a little while. as I think you have some issues to resolve. You watch yourself.
I'm planning to.
跑掉！我原想看一下他背的3D 建模是长什么样。
Everything is as it always was.
Pray tell me something, Zagreus. How is she lately, Eurydice, I mean. Her hair? Fall colors or full bloom? Her poise? As proud and supple as the oak?
She's all right, Orpheus. Seems comfortable within her little place in Asphodel. The only thing that seems to bother her at all is when I mention you. Is there nothing you can do to patch things up?
Alas, I cannot change the past, my friend. So no. As you can plainly see by now, I'm dead to her. Rightfully so, at that.
But that's just a technicality. I mean, you're here, she's there. So what if you're not breathing anymore? You have all eternity ahead of you. Don't you want to see her again?
Don't I want to see my Eurydice again? Why, yes. That more than anything, my friend. Provided she wanted to see me. I tried once to disturb her everlasting rest, as you well know. And that did not pan out as I had hoped.
You're not making this easy, Orpheus.
You reached the surface.
Nyx, my mother was quite concerned to learn Olympus has been aiding me. Haven't you put her in danger by involving them? Was there no other way?
No, there was not. She has been in danger all along. I concealed her, yes, even from me. But it is not enough. I do not think that you could have found her without the Olympians. And if I did not reveal your existence to them, if they discovered who you are, it would be worse.
Ugh, what a mess. How are we going to fix this?
The Olympians maintain belief that you are trying to reach them. I trust we can sustain this understanding for a long, long time. Perhaps not forever, but long enough to discover a solution. Perhaps with your birth mother's help.
I'll be careful.
他竟然看不出是谁的儿子之类的。这些讲话真可爱，超可爱。哎。
Hi. Hello, Your Highness. Nice to see you. Thanks.
A proposition for you. You listening?
Oh, what?
Let me guess. They want me to fight all the way through the underworld, having used the Pact of Punishment over there to make the going even more treacherous than it already is, and if I succeed, they'll reward me with some sort of useless trinket.
Wrong. We're talking something really big here, pal. You see that thing back there? Trinket. Come on, what are you, scared?
Yes, a little bit, if you must know. The Pact of Punishment is the key to this, huh?
Go on, I dare ya.
See what awaits you in this realm. Farewell.
终于过了，这次毛终于第一次就过了。不过这次好多度哦，超爽的，解得超爽。倒是 Dash 没有任何 buff， 总觉得那个做 cast 投起来还蛮微妙的，因为这一次 cast 我并没有特别去堆加，然后不小心又堆加一堆，但是没有加速的，如果有加速应该很不错。对，那个 Flurry Jack 真的是很好用。 是让你手不会烂掉。
Baratha shuddered just now. To see this each day. I'm here.
Ah, you're back.
Hello, Mother.
I could not stand it on Olympus, Zagreus. The blustering, the posturing, my overbearing mother. None of it. I would have left the mountain voluntarily, except...
Except Father absconded with you, didn't he? Dragged you down with him into the underworld. So if Olympus were to find that out, I shudder to think of the consequences.
That fool is trying to protect me even now. It wasn't he who absconded with me, my son. And it's more complicated even than that. I was content to leave, willing to make my life within the underworld, with your father.
I dare not ask who did bring you to Father then. So essentially you ran away from home to live with him. I mean no disrespect, but did you realize what you were getting yourself into?
We have a tendency to be impetuous when we are younger, Zagreus. I heard all about your father before we met. Admired paintings of him. It was very awkward at first, but he had a bluntness I fancied. A sense of principle. I much preferred him to his brothers, I can tell you that.
So, then you secretly left Mount Olympus to be with the god of the dead in the underworld. And Olympus never found out. What do you suppose would happen if they did?
I think there would be war between Olympus and your father, Zagreus, if they found out. Especially now, after all this. And after all this time. They slew their parents once. If the Titans could be wiped from this world, so can we all.
什么？
So it makes sense. If Father, he agrees with you and thinks that leaving you in hiding here, that it's the only way he can prevent that war.
I can see how your father, shrewd but also single-minded as he was, might have followed such a line of reasoning as that. Oh, Zagreus. What have I done?
No. What have I done? I can't.
啊，原来神话中 Persephone 确实是被 Hades 劫持到地府
I need to fix this.
啊，可恶！
I'm up.
睡不着的时候想啊，用这个来打消睡意，的确不是什么好
Welcome to the
方
House
法。
of Hades, and thanks for dying.
天哪！ 话音变更简短了。
Hey, tell me something, sir. Any rumors swirling about the house regarding the outcome of a certain interaction I had with my father recently? Involving a great deal of violence? Because I'd like for everyone to know I won.
I wouldn't know of what you mean there, lad. For there are certain subjects so forbidden here right now that not even rumors can take hold. But just between us for the time, congratulations. Truly.
Thank you, sir. I didn't know whether I had it in me. As for the other bit, I'll keep it quiet then, for now. Probably shouldn't be tying my sense of self-worth to praise from friends, acquaintances, and strangers anyway.
Indeed, lad.
Let's see, I did the dishes, fed the heads, cleaned the cupboards, cleared the pool.
啊，那个杜莎没有跑走。
You.
One of the frightful maws of Cerberus busily grooms the other two.
So, you had a run-in with the Minotaur out in Elysium, did you? Perhaps the only soul within this realm more bull-headed than you.
How long have you been waiting to use that line, Father? Wouldn't put it past you to have sent the Bull of Minos to Elysium entirely so we could have this conversation now.
You give me too much credit, boy. The Minotaur resides where he resides because of an entirely different arrangement.
He's working for you, isn't he? You think he can stop me?
Most in Elysium jump at the opportunity to do my bidding. Not that you know what that is like. Now go, see how you fare against the bull.
所以米诺陶是啊，天啊，他真的为了是米诺陶真的是为了挡主角跑到人间去才设在那里的。不过我不知道 Theseus 到底在那里干嘛。
I must confess something to you, my friend. My mind still wanders to Eurydice quite often, and my memories of her, despite my best attempts to move along with my existence here. I would call it a fatal flaw, except I am already dead.
Don't torture yourself, mate. You've been through enough, as has she. You still care for one another, just don't have a way to get the point across. But I have an idea.
I too once had ideas, Zagreus. Ideas and inspirations. It was so very wonderful to have a muse.
I know.
Wait. Child, quickly now, before you go. I know how all of this must look. Know that I was true to her, Persephone, and that I think fondly on the time she spent with us.
Of course, Nyx. Though, why did she really leave the underworld, do you think? Besides, because of me. So what if she thought I died at birth?
She did not feel that she belonged. It was a very difficult adjustment she was forced to make. And she feared that she would inevitably end up caught between Olympus and this realm. That she might start a war.
A war? Wars have been fought for less, I understand. And Father must have been a real burden too.
You do not know. Ask her yourself about her time with him. But I have already said too much, and I cannot say more.
You've said more than enough. I'll see you, Nyx.
Finally. So, pal, my sources tell me that you made it pretty far. Which means my usefulness is coming to an end.
Your usefulness? What, you just mean the standing around letting me lay into you with whatever vicious attack sequence I fancy at the time?
Yeah. Once you achieve your goal, my contract's up. You won't need me anymore.
But only if I leave for good, isn't that right? So if I stuck around, you'd stay here too?
Probably, but wait, you're really gonna stay?
Sure looks that way.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! 爆笑，又可以跟他借钱了。我想看看我要买什么。
Why not? Power.
看看，哎，直接借。
Whoops.
不要你！
Sorry.
来不及了。
Oh, hi. You're just testing me here, right, Charon? I mean, when you place a huge sum of coin conspicuously within my reach, what do you expect me to do?
手脚不干净。
Sounds good, mate. When I rob you from now on, it's just my way of saying, Charon, I would like to battle you to the death right now for a quick change of pace. Let's settle this like gentlemen, Charon. Nice fighting to the death with you. Well, sign me up.
You! Why, look, Asterius, the fiend returns! The rumors that he fled to haunt the surface must have been mere lies.
Well, no, in this case, those rumors must have been quite accurate. It's just I'm back. Realized I didn't want a future for myself that didn't include crushing you repeatedly like this.
Oh, such clever excuse-making from one so versed in treachery. Well, if you are indeed contained within this realm, then we shall be delighted to make sure it always stays that way. Now come and fight. Cower uncontrollably, you monster, for there's naught else you can do against my might. I shall return.
小鱼探，你要神神骂你。
Champion now. Look at this. I dedicate this victory to you, good Shade. Enjoy the rest of your existence, Shades.
So, boy, did you ask her about how she came to join me in the underworld? Did you confirm all your suspicions then?
You didn't drag her down to hell yourself, apparently. You're not going to tell me who did, though I can well imagine. Your brothers got to reign forever on Olympus while you got sent down into the underworld. So they gave you a consolation prize, didn't they?
You make such accusations knowing next to nothing. Careless as ever. Poseidon had nothing to do with it. He knows even less than you. If you value her existence or your own, it would be wise to keep it that way. And to turn back.
宙斯一大堆儿，Hades 不能拥有吗？
How is this possible? At this...
所以剧情到底是怎样
Again, you...
In the name of Hades.
干你他老爸宰你还说你的 name Hades 干，我看一下。 甜甜耶！好，走的走的。真的太神奇了！结果最后一口井还给我一大堆吃食。真的很生气。 给我吃屎！打一打打小怪，小怪会掉食物。啊！不要！我只看日出了，我只看日出了。
Zagreus.
I'm here, Mother.
超强。
Zagreus, it's wonderful to see you, but I need to ask something of you. That you not visit me again here in this place. Both for your safety and for mine.
For what? Because of what would happen if the Olympians found out? So after everything, you're taking Father's side in all of this?
I am. Father is no fool when it comes to matters such as this. Besides, all that has happened, it's my fault. I was selfish. And now both sides of our family threaten to be torn apart.
Your fault. So let's say you never left Olympus. Then it'd be just like you thought until quite recently, I think, that I'd never existed. Besides, they haven't found out any of this. What makes you so sure they will all of a sudden?
Nyx may be veiling you from them as she veiled me when I fled here myself. But even her own powers aren't infallible. Each time you visit me, you are incurring risk. One small slip, and they shall find me. Discover your deception. Go home, Zagreus. Please.
Go home with me, Mother. You came here under false pretenses. I haven't fought all this way over and over again only to turn back now. I need you in my life. How can you just turn me away like this?
Oh, Zagreus. I cannot return. After all that happened between Hades and me, and everyone, I just cannot fathom the idea. Besides, the risks we're taking would be even greater if Olympus were to find me there with him. And you.
Then, you're just going to stay here, alone in the middle of nowhere, in this little garden, forever, after we part ways, just like that.
My son, I know you've made hard choices and sacrifices to be here with me. And I'm forever grateful to have finally met you. This is my home now, yes. While your home is below. Please, if not for your sake, then for mine, do not return. I love you, Zagreus. Goodbye.
Mother, blast.
Goodbye.
每次都这样。
She can't do this to me.
Welcome to the House of Hades, where death is our life.
Achilles, if a friend of yours were in need of assistance, but the only way you could assist them was to somehow change the terms of an ancient pact Father probably forced on them, what would you do?
I would be very careful, above all. Do you understand, lad? I would not wish to make things any worse. How many pacts such as the one you're thinking of are buried back in the administrative chamber there? Even your father can't keep track. Although, perhaps Nyx can.
Nyx, you're right. She knows everything. Wouldn't hurt to ask her, I suppose.
Just watch yourself.
What are they on about now?
Ancient curse. Ancient curse.
I was looking all over for you.
Father, I met an oak nymph called Eurydice. You know her name, I think. Is it really true what happened between her and Orpheus? They say you almost let her out, so why not me?
Pah! Orpheus is a talented musician and a fool. I knew he would never get his beloved wife out of here. There's no escape for her or anyone, including you.
So you tricked him. Or maybe offered him a deal in bad faith. No matter. What's it going to take to waive the separation order between them?
That's non-negotiable, boy. Waiving a separation order. That's a veritable fortune in dues alone. Off the table. Now go mind your own affairs and leave the waiving and the ordering to me.
What news of late about Eurydice, my friend? She is as delicate as I described, no doubt. Ah, but I am dwelling on her once again, it seems.
I knew she was a talented musician, mate, but you never let on that she is an amazing chef as well. She's been hospitable to me each time we've met, though you still seem to be a bit of a sore subject.
How very understandable indeed. Were I to have been failed to be rescued from the depths of hell, mere moments from escape, I too would be quite cross with my attempted rescuer. And for quite some time.
I'm working on it, mate.
哎，太好，可以升级。我看一下，我要变数。给随便升一个也可以。留个东西太早升了这个好。
I grant you funding and autonomy to do this job upon your earliest convenience, contractor.
最近在走。
Hey Meg, I thought I'd better hand this over.
I'll confiscate that if you really want. Although I'm warning you, I'm not susceptible to bribes. Many have tried.
Hey, I'm just handing over contraband to the appropriate authorities. Think nothing of it, Meg. Just doing our jobs, right?
Dust at the halls, dust at the library, dust at the sconces, dust at the doorknobs, dust at the chairs.
You've been through hell more times than you can count by now, haven't you, Zag? You getting used to it? No wonder that you're friends with Sisyphus.
I'm getting used to it, all right. I'll keep going, for as many chances as it takes. I look forward to our next appointment out there.
Appointment, indeed. Don't keep me waiting. For all your toil, I'm sure you're not even close.
We'll see. The head chef pulled it off. Here's the latest cat, chef. Till next time.
Zagreus, what is the matter, child? I sense your distress, not the specific cause.
Mother doesn't want to see me again. I mean, she asked me not to return. Thinks the risk is too great.
Oh. That is a fair enough assessment. What shall you do?
I'm going back.
Good.
所以 Nix 还是没有 ，Nix 还是会来帮他。
Think you are superior to me? You are a fool. See you at home.
Homies would be proud.
啊？啥？不可能啊！哎，这不可能的。我看看那个，是啊，就，你要说丢来的，对啊，真的是为了开 Festival， 差点就把这个洗掉，今天真的是有点随便乱选一通。好。
The sun.
We're back?
Mother. You can't do this to me, Mother. You said Father is no fool, and neither are you. There has to be a way to fix this. Not just with you and Father, but with everyone. There has to be a way.
You have your father's stubbornness. Listen to me. You're endangering everything you care about by coming here. Don't you understand? Besides...
What? Besides what? Tell me, please.
大闷锅啊，就是大家都不能如愿，大闷锅。
The truth is that I like it here, Zagreus. I've done well for myself on my own. And your father, he has his domain to look after. The feelings he once had for me, feelings we shared, they fade with time. You'll understand someday.
No, I won't be understanding anything of the sort. Father still loves you, I'm sure of it. And he owes you an apology, damn it. I cannot make amends with you on his behalf. Something only you can do together.
What do you mean he still loves me, Zagreus? How would you know?
Because I'm his blasted son, that's how I know. But trust me isn't ever good enough, I know that too. I'll prove it to you, Mother. Just you wait and see.
Oh, you're fading, son. You don't need to prove anything to me. Please don't do anything rash. All of us made our choices. Now we have to live with them. Isn't it enough to know that I'm safe? That I'm content to be alone?
No, it's not enough for me because this blasted family, it cannot just keep hiding from its problems, running from them. We're stuck with one another. We have to do everything we can for one another.
Oh, my dear boy.
We have to. No, not yet. God damn it all. Again.
What? Oh, hey, I didn't see you come in. Welcome back.
Cerberus lies as ever at the foot of his Lord Master's throne.
No. Not as comfy as it looks. I'll stand, thanks. Achilles, I need your help.
What is it, lad? What's wrong? What can I do?
Let me in Father's chambers, please.
That's high atop the list of things I'm not to do for anyone, and under any circumstances. What is it you need? I've never even been in there myself.
I don't know, but if I know Father, and I think I do, he's got to have something of hers in there. Of Mother's. She still doesn't get it, doesn't believe me about him, and I said I'd prove it, that he cares for her.
All right, slow down, I understand. Look, this can get me in a lot of trouble like you've no idea. And not just me, so be careful and be quick while he's still out. Take this and go. Don't leave anything there out of place, all right?
Thank you. No, can't go this way just yet.
The stoic lord and master of the house possesses wealth beyond imagining, a portion of which he has used for a crisp set of attire for every passing day.
I knew it. It's just capes.
In his Lord Father's very private chambers, Zagreus, the lock-removing prince, discovers a most delicately painted likeness of none other than Persephone herself. A coat of dust suggests it has remained here for some time.
He's never stopped thinking of her. Oh, what a fool.
Find what you need.
I did, thank you. Nyx, I ran into Thanatos out there. He aided me, although I think he's rather upset that I took off like this.
Thanatos is worried for you, child. I hope you understand whatever anger you may sense from him is not the feeling at the source. Please forgive his rudeness.
Megara's not around. The head chef is on the board. Say, Orpheus, Eurydice told me your songs, some of them came from her. She seems quite brilliant. You choose your muses well.
I owe my everything to my Eurydice. She authored many of my songs indeed, and she inspired many, many more. Whilst living, we collaborated frequently, you see.
But weren't you the famous one? I don't understand why she doesn't share your renown.
It is but one of life's injustices, I fear. I always sang her praises every chance I had, and she asserted herself splendidly. Yet even still, our listeners believed our songs, they came from me. What else could I have done?
I don't exactly know the ways of mortals, mate, but I'm pleased to hear you always giving credit where it's due.
I know no other way, my friend.
这个啊 ，Orpheus 是阿波罗儿子，所以是而且是那个音乐造诣超级天才儿子，所以这样子的设定有点。他的boat。
You're never late, Father.
It grew distinctly colder just as you arrived. So Demeter has been in contact with you then. That witch. Tell me how much she knows.
She lost her daughter, who's my mother, but Demeter thinks I'm Nyx's son, and... What have you done, Father? This everlasting winter, it's her doing, isn't it? Freezing mortals to death. Why don't you stop this?
The two of you know nothing then, it seems. Keep it that way, especially with her, lest you risk everything, you understand? The consequences would be far worse than a foul stretch of weather. But enough talk now.
等一下，这剧情是怎样？所以 Demeter 还不知道说 ，Olympus 的神还不知道说是，那个原本是 Hades 抓过来这里。哦，天哪！天啊，还是最后打完5分钟。
No matter how many times you beat me, we're family. There's no escaping that.
吵死了，大闷锅啦
Why, you... Ow.
Yes. Quick as a flash that time.
哦，那个两个弄错了，一个是什么？一个是这个吧，超级 piercing wave， 不是fire wave， 不对，两个东西弄错，一个是。这大砍刀这个，大砍刀这个太痛苦了 ，attack big 啊，大砍刀这个太痛苦了。还有另外一个就是把敌人撞到墙，撞到墙是很快可以清小怪，可是，其实还蛮好用，王不会被撞倒。可是你很难就是用这一把的时候用 Y 发动，然后去撞，然后一直追着跑这样。其实追着跑也还蛮有趣的啦。
Stygius shuddered as I picked it up.
雨点。
Now, I caught a bass.
爆！真爆！哎呦，这里很适合坐着钓鱼。我真希望可以一直在这里钓鱼啊！不只是那个奖励很好。
Zagreus?
I'm back, Mother.
Of everything down in that gloomy house, I miss old Cerberus the most, I think. But I miss other things as well. The lack of light was gentler on my skin, not being as cold. And Nyx and her young sons. It was all very odd, but...
Mother, in Father's bedchambers. Mind you, there's almost nothing there, just neatly sorted rows of all his samey capes. But on his nightstand is a portrait of you, wearing a regal crown of red laurels. A queen. His queen.
I was fitted for those garments when I first arrived. They were not my customary style. So Hades has a portrait of me still. Why would he put it back on display now?
No, he's never let anybody in his bedchambers. I broke in, don't you see? He didn't put your portrait back on display. It's always been there, ever since you left. So, Mother, why do you suppose he would do that?
我真的觉得很奇怪，为什么说老爸不准任何人进到他房间，莫名其妙。房间不用打扫吗？问号。
Because he loves me still. Is that what you want me to say?
Have you ever loved him yourself?
All I really wanted was to leave Olympus. I didn't exactly abscond. I doubt I had much of a choice, but I went willingly. Perhaps Zeus knew how I felt, and thought he was doing me a favor. As for Hades, I grew to love him, yes. He always gave me my space.
Won't you please talk to him? Or visit Cerberus again, or Nyx? As for Olympus, surely all of you can figure something out.
I just don't know, my son. Olympus is behind me. And the underworld... I cannot imagine I would be very welcome there after all this time.
But you are the queen.
迪密特也不能一直老是动着整个希腊，这样是出问题啊。
Yeah, you are the queen.
Welcome to the House of Hades. Glory and death.
He's done it, Cerberus.
Cerberus is uninterested in conversing at this time.
If I don't pet your other heads, don't bite my arm off. Deal?
老爸真的很糟糕。
There must be some mistake. Prince, you're giving this to me?
I want you to know we all appreciate you do, sir. Don't work yourself too hard on my account, okay?
Am I in trouble for something again, or no?
你看，人家我就是会飞走，所以要赶快给他。
Your extended family, the Olympians. They wish to help you from this place, don't they? I just hope that their intentions are as pure as they appear. They don't get on well with your father.
Neither do I last time I checked. I'll take all the help I can get trying to break out of here.
I'm pleased to hear you say that. I've known too many far too proud to accept help, even when it was sorely needed. You just be careful, lad.
哦，爆发力！哎呦，吓到他！没事，老爸是在奥林帕斯不是很受欢迎啊，但是有时候公事要公办，就是也是要上去奥林帕斯做一些公事吧，办一些正事吧，莫名其妙。
Question for you, Father. The name Kore happen to mean anything to you by any chance?
Kore.
What? Where did you... Ah, the cold witch brought it up, did she? Never repeat that name again. Not here, nor anywhere. You hear me, boy? Know only this. The one called by that name despised it even more than I.
So let's see. Demeter's daughter went missing. She wound up down here. I happened. Mother left. Demeter and everyone else on Olympus apparently has no idea. That about right? Tell me what happened.
Shit.
I'll tell you nothing. Keep meddling in matters that you cannot understand, and you'll incur the wrath of Olympus on all that you hold dear. And know that it is not for my sake that I'm warning you.
You can't hide the truth forever.
这倒是真的。转身后，
I got you something, Orpheus. It's a new song from someone who still cares for you.
My friend, you wrote a song for me. Oh, but this is not from you, it's from Eurydice. No. I don't know what to say.
Take all the time you need, mate.
You're serious? You're really giving that to me? I mean, I'll take it off your hands if that is really what you want.
It's really what I want. And I sincerely hope we can move past our differences. Not that turning in this contraband has anything to do with that. You and your sisters really don't get along well, do you?
Alecto and Tisiphone and I each have a different outlook, I would say. We've learned mostly to stay out of one another's way.
That doesn't sound like a healthy basis for a relationship between siblings.
Aren't you lecturing me about healthy relationships with families, Zagreus? Your father's family is the most broken and corrupted in the history of the entire concept.
算了吧，大家都很乱，好不好？
I didn't mean to sound like I had any meaningful advice there, Meg. We're stuck with our bloodlines and our relatives, aren't we?
Your family cut their Titan parents into pieces and then scattered them in Tartarus. Remember that when next you tell me about family.
好凶，真的好凶。
Excellent work, Cerberus.
I never doubted you.
Father loved her, didn't he? Mother, I mean. Faith like that. He's just stubborn enough to hold on to the idea of her, isn't he? Though what she saw in him, I'm not sure.
Your father was different with Persephone, to some extent. He has always been as you know him, yet her lightness, it affected even him, I think. And he knows that he was better with her than without.
Sounds like a lot of pressure on Mother to fix all his failings. But it sounds as though she cared for him as well. And you and Cerberus. She said she misses you.
She did she?
真痛苦。
Well, this old thing, how nice of you to notice. It once belonged to the hero Achilles. A little past your time, but maybe you've heard of him, seeing as he's much more famous than you ever were.
确实，那个 Theseus 是在 Achilles 之前 ，Achilles 算是特洛伊计算起来应该是对 Achilles 特洛伊之前啊 Hercules Theseus 跟这些英雄应该都是排在前面的。
Dare you say such things to me? I was the greatest king of Athens in my day. The tales of my exploits with Asterius and many other challenges shall long outlive whatever comes of you.
干智障。
Heading out. You still don't understand.
I have done virtually everything within my power to prevent this. All of it. For nothing. The Fates were not content to saddle me within the earth. They mock me still.
Maybe they just think you're in the wrong. and that you're an obstinate, overbearing, and miserable excuse for a husband and father. Don't you understand I'm trying to fix the problems you caused, since you're so unwilling to do it yourself?
这家伙。
You're right. I was unwilling. I made my choices in all this. I loved her, yes. I loved her terribly. But now, it seems I'm merely delaying the inevitable. Go then. Go to her. But should harm befall her, I shall bring my worst wrath upon whomever is to blame, including you.
What? You're letting me go just like that? You're just afraid of getting struck down again. You're serious?
Go. Before I reconsider.
这是怎样？打架，竟然这样打架！啊，这到底是怎样？
Goodbye, Father.
这到底是怎样？ 我以为要打架，就还摆上一坨石烂在路上。
You're back.
Mother? Mother, wait. What is all this?
Oh, Zagreus, I almost missed you. Truthfully, I hoped that I could make it a surprise.
Make what a surprise?
My arrival. I'm going. To your home. To Cerberus, Nyx, your father.
You're... really? Mother, you're serious?
I am. Now, if you could just help me pack up my remaining things. Only a few loose odds I'm bringing, just in case. If we hurry, maybe you could join me, rather than return the customary way. Not something a mother ever wants to see.
Join you? But... wait, how are you going to get back? I hadn't thought that far ahead.
Just so happens I know somebody who can give us a ride.
Charon?
Doubtless he has pressing matters to attend to. So let's not keep him waiting any longer, son. Come on, then.
I'm still alive. But how?
You're on the River Styx. No longer in the mortal realm entirely.
I can't believe that this is happening.
I know. My heart is racing. Nothing like a river journey to remind oneself that there's no turning back.
Seriously. Though, even after all of this, it's like we only just met. I have so many questions for you still.
We'll have plenty of time for them, I think. For now, best we keep quiet. Pretend we're just a couple of dead souls on their final voyage.
Wait, isn't this Eurydice and Orpheus?
Snow everywhere. Mother.
啊，这是别的游戏，有一些鸡巴规定。瞧。
We're here.
We're here.
This is embarrassing, but I don't know the way to get back in. Except, you know, the customary way.
That's quite all right. I do. In the name of Persephone the Queen, open the gates!
Hey!
I spent many days tending this garden. Or nights? Quite difficult to tell the time here. But it's held on longer than I would have expected. Cerberus?
天哪，这狗还有这个模型，好可爱哦！
Persephone, I...
Cerberus, I missed you so. And dutiful as ever, aren't you?
I'm sorry. Know that I am sorry.
Hades, you look tired. Though I am not the only one you ought to be apologizing to.
I know. I know why. Why have you returned? If Olympus, if your mother discovers what happened, not even Zeus, not even he could stop what would transpire here.
Oh, I have a thought or two about how we can settle that. Though I shall need for you and Zagreus to cooperate with me on a solution. Or, if you'd rather, I could just return the way I came.
A solution? What, do you intend to have them over for ambrosia? Not even you can fix a broken family, Persephone.
You're right, Hades. I can't. Certainly not by myself. So are you going to help me or what?
I would do anything that you would ask of me.
Ah! 这张脸!
Then first, talk to your son.
Zagreus, you have already met Persephone, our queen. I expect for you to show deference to her at all times.
Wow, Father, you called me by my name. What is this strange sensation that I feel? Perhaps it's this deference of which you speak.
Oh, stop it, both of you! Don't make me regret this, Hades. Speak honestly with him. About yourself, not me. Go on.
Yes, Zagreus. I know there have been times when I've let my mood reflect on you. I showed very little patience. Questioned your judgment, often when my own was flawed. Thus, I apologize to you, my son. I have no excuses, and I ask no forgiveness.
这种话绝对应该是绝对不会从我爸口中听到。 你知道吗？我爸实在是其实是很像这个黑帝斯，王八蛋一个。
What about the part where you lied to me about Mother? Do you apologize for that? Your foul moods and venting them on me. I've long since come to expect that from you, and I resented you for it. But I always thought you're honest.
Your mother did not come here willingly when we originally met. When she left, believing you were stillborn, her decision was final. I believed that she was better off without the lot of us, Olympus included. Deceiving both of you. It tore against my being, but it needed to be done.
Well, you didn't need to vent all that inner turmoil onto me throughout my life. Though, I think I understand. I only wish I could have understood sooner. So, what now? I've grown so used to ransacking your domain, I think I'm really going to miss it.
About that. Your ransacking revealed many flaws in our security. The types that never get into reports. Our reputation rides on there being no escape from here. Would you keep trying to break free? Not for my sake, but for this realm. For the Queen.
Zagreus, if you keep fighting out of here, it shall help keep appearances that everything is as it always was.
Question, Father. Let's say I accept. When next I reach the surface, is it still going to be you waiting up there?
Ah, boy. If you think for an instant that I shall go easier on you because of this, you'll soon learn otherwise.
So I just battle to the surface and repeatedly kill my own father then?
You have it half correct.
Perhaps you'll also tend to my little cottage while you're in the area. The garden doesn't take much care at all. I'd like to keep the place in decent shape, in case I cannot suffer this for long.
Well, I guess I'll see what I can do.
Just do the best you can. And clearly I've work to do as well. We have a lot of it ahead of us, I'd say. So, shall we get started then?
Thus was Hades, feared ruler of the dead, reunited with his long-lost bride, Persephone, the queen. And together with their firstborn son, Prince Zagreus, they would go on to reign eternally beneath the earth, in relative harmony. The Queen's return marked an occasion of enthusiastic joy, so much as possible in that dark, gloom-filled realm of the dead. And even after all this time, Olympus never did discover what transpired there, in the underworld.
After all this time, it's only been a few days. But it's been good. Mother and father are back together, made some new friends, got this fancy painting. Easy. All is well in the underworld. I can't entirely get used to seeing us together like this.
这家伙又来了！不要这样啦！
Hey, that's an idea. One of these days or nights, we'll have enough of this stuff to throw a feast to make all of Olympus jealous.
So between us, all you're attempting to break out of here, over and over, you're now authorized to keep that up? Exposing weaknesses in underworld security, huh?
Something like that. I guess I've gotten pretty decent about escaping from a place that's known for being inescapable. Lets me keep in touch with the other side of the family. Work with you from time to time.
I have to say, I never thought I'd hear you talking about looking forward to working, Zag. You feeling all right? Spending too much time on the surface, maybe?
Oh, I'm feeling fine. I never thought I was much good at anything, but if my fated purpose is to be a master of frustrating father's efforts to make everything strictly perfect, I think I'm okay with that.
Well then, I'll be looking forward to working with you in a more official capacity, even if we're still supposed to keep it all under wraps, for sake of appearances. See you out there.
Bye, Than.
Hello, my son.
How has it been for you so far, Mother, reacclimating to all this? You said before it was a struggle. Must be very strange being back, being in darkness all the time.
You know, I think it's gone all right so far. Thank you for asking, son. Everyone has been quite welcoming. The darkness is a pleasant change of pace. And while the stress can be a little difficult to move in, I quite like it.
That's good to hear. I have to admit I was a little worried you'd be desperate to return to your cottage by now. This place can be a little much.
I'm sure it can. And I do miss my little cottage here and there, but I think I'm through running away. There may be times when it is necessary, of course. But no matter how far you run, it doesn't make your problems go away. You taught me that, you know?
I did, but I tried desperately to run away myself. Oh.
Indeed.
What? Oh! Ha. Hey, did you see? The Queen's come back! Though did she ever take her sweet time?
Hey, watch it, Hypnos. That's my mother you're talking about.
What, really? Huh. So then your mom doesn't spend any time with you either. We've got something in common.
We don't.
You hung the painting where I asked?
Yes. Well, look at you, boy. Never seen you quite so perky, relatively speaking, of course. Big tough guy like yourself. You must have missed Mother just as much as she missed you. Well, you've got plenty of time for catching up on things now.
The monstrous triple-headed beast of Hades would perhaps be overcome with pure emotion by the joyous circumstances, were he only capable of this.
How dare you, sir? Say, Orpheus, I heard what must have been a song of yours. It went something something in the blood. You know that one? It was amazing, mate.
Oh, that one, yes, I know. I mean, it was a favorite, I was told, by those who listened to the music I created with my muse. It was a most productive time back when we were alive.
Would you ever sing it again?
I highly doubt it, no.
Sign me up, contractor. This ought to pay for itself in no time at all.
Counted on resources you have not yet earned.
Greetings, Father. So, I can just head on out there again whenever I want. Don't need to stick to any rigid schedule.
Your unpredictability is one of your assets. Our defenses must always be on guard. So yes, go about your business as you best see fit.
And the Olympians are going to keep helping me, thinking I'm trying to get away from you to them. I can't keep this up with them forever, you know.
I do. Your mother, the Queen, is working on that.
Mother, was it always custom in Father's house to secretly give nectar to those you care about? I guess it also could have been a thing on Olympus. Look, I wanted you to have this. I'm so glad I found you.
Oh, Zagreus, you're so thoughtful, truly. Your father never permitted nectar out in the open, so I'd practically forgotten its savor. Though, just a moment. I have something for you, too.
Oh, Mother, thank you.
Ah. Persephone, the Queen. She has returned. I scarce believe it, child. You have brought her back. To all of us.
I scarce believe it too. What happens now? Pick up the pieces and begin again.
Together, Let us find out.
Sounds good.
呀，这是怎样？
Good service from the head chef.
奇怪，之前有这么明亮吗？然后狗屎烂蛋在这边。
Such gifts won't stay my whip when next we meet out there. You realize that, right?
I realize it. And I hope you never change, Meg.
I hope you do.
What are those shades muttering about?
Witchcraft.
Just so I understand. Breaking through everything in your path, taking resources from your father's realm, trying to get through me. All officially part of the job description.
I guess that's right. But before you ask, I'm not doing it for him.
I didn't think you'd have it in you to leave this place for good. But I didn't think you'd take responsibility for anything either. Anyway, we'll just have to kill each other more officially, I guess.
We'll make it official, all right. Trade you these horrid things. Fair market value.
有一个。
The garden's always open now.
啊 ，Garden 忘记了，等一下再过去看。
So Mama's back in town from what I hear, boyo. It's awful nice knowing I trained you well.
You must mean the Queen, and evidently you're aware of our relationship. You keep that quiet, understand, Skelly?
Ah, and thus the pupil trains the master for a change. I hear you, pal. Your secret's safe with me.
It better be. Excellent.
Every 6 in again. Random score struggle. 哇，这声音好微妙哦。看起来没有那么讨人厌的这弟弟是吧？一下。 哎呀，我忘记拉下来讲话。
You are as multifaceted as anyone I know.
还有个东西，哦，看一下 ，elephant， 死因大象。 有谁呀？啊，对，这里。
It's nice here.
The garden of Persephone, the queen, off limits to the prince throughout his life, now is laid bare to him at last in all its splendor.
Not like Mother's cottage, but not bad.
啊，这里不能走下去。 逃跑是从这里下去的，是不是？我之前就一直觉得说这边好像好像很漂亮，好像是一个小花园，专门负责采收石榴的小花园。不能下去。咦，可不可以进去？不能。好，终于看完了。